All right. It is Monday, February 2nd. Monday, February 2nd at 7 o'clock a.m. Groundhog Day. I don't know. I don't know if it's probably right around the time now is when they're doing the whole groundhog thing, so I have no idea if he saw his fucking shadow or not. So, anyways, I'll find out when I'm done here. So it's Monday. It's 2026, by the way, if anybody gives a shit about that. Monday is biceps, triceps. It's the cable preachers and cable pull downs, the rope pull downs. So apologize again for all the zits and whatnot because of the fucking prednisone. Anytime you taper off that bullshit, your body's, trying to do its normalization thing while that bullshit's getting out of you. So that's one of the side effects is zits everywhere. Usually I get them all over my nose and kind of over my cheeks, and then in my forehead. The scalp on my head just has like 1,000 of them on top of my head, and then upper back and shoulders and stuff. That's where I usually get them the most. And chest too, like right in this area. And trust me, you can't outwash them. You can't scrub them and get rid of them that way. It's your insides are doing their thing, so you have to just let them do their thing, right? I've tried to outwash them 1,000 times. Something that helps if anybody has zits, if you're a younger person, you're going through puberty or whatever, what I used when I was younger is tea tree oil soap. That shit works awesome at getting rid of zits. Helps with these and these too, from the prednisone or whatever, but until your body normalizes itself from the prednisone or not having the lack thereof prednisone, you're not going to outwash them because they're just going to keep cropping up until it's done. So, but if you're a younger person, that works fairly decent at keeping blemishes away is tea tree oil soap. Good shit. The real stuff. I don't know if there's fake stuff out there, but what I used was the stuff that Trader Joe's tea tree oil soap. Again, I don't get paid by anybody. I tell you products that I have used and they work, or I continue to use and always use. And on cue, stupid fridge. And I even still have a bottle of that tea tree oil soap. I've had that shit in my shower for 30 years. So I've been using that for about 30 years. And even before Trader Joe's came out to where I live, my grandparents used to live out in California, and they had a Trader Joe's like literally right by their house. So we used to get stuff from there when we were out there. But anyways, tea tree oil soap. Tea tree oil soap. It does a great job at ripping oil off your body, which in a good way, but at the same time, you don't want to rip oil off your body all the time. If you're younger and you want to keep your face clean, that's fine, but your natural body oils, you need your natural body oils. And again, like I said, I was having all that itching going on my body. Well, it's been a couple days since I showered, and my natural oils have finally gotten back to where they are. Didn't need to use any. Oh man, boy, I was this close to using some steroid cream to get rid of that, but I didn't because I don't like using medication or any of that bullshit if I don't have to. But let's just get to this shit, huh? So, natural body oils. I highly recommend not showering every day. figure out where yours is. Maybe it's every other day, every 2 days, every 3 days, whatever it is. But you know, if you're a real stinky person, I highly recommend changing your fucking diet, because that's one thing I realized once I cleaned my diet up. Body odor went away. You stink because you're eating bad shit, okay? You're putting shitty fuel in you. It's like putting like bad gas or something in your car. It smells nastier, right? Well, there you go. It's eat cleaner and you won't stink as bad, or at all. I don't stink anymore since I cleaned my diet up. So yes, with time you might stink, right? But I don't know. Well, you gotta do your own tests on your own body. See what I mean? You're not just a motherfucking autopilot here, just going through life, stupid moron. You know, you gotta pay attention to your body, right? How do you feel? How does everything feel on your body and in your body? You know, riding autopilot is no excuse for being an idiot. All right, 85 beats. Okay, let's do this shit, because more and more I sit here and yak my brains out, the more and more I'm gonna have to take a piss again. And I don't want to have to keep having to go in there and take a piss between. So, right, let's do this here. Gotta set all this shit up here. Move plenty. All right, mother bitch. Damn, you're heavy, girl. Okay. All right. You there. Okay, you're in my way. Oh. Get rid of the eye bugs, wash the fluid, you know, that old thing. Holy crap, we get like 100 pounds of weight stacked there. Okay. Okay, you there. You here. That's one thing I hate the most about working out, is setting all this shit up. Alright, 25 and a 10, start with that. You always want to start lighter so you can loosen and get your shit all loose and juicy. Get your fluids where they need to be before you add a little extra weight. Okay. There's that. Okay. Come on, don't be stupid. There's that. My stupid track lights around here. 80s style. Alright, there's this. Okay, 25 and a tenner. Okay, start with that on both sides. Okay. Alright. Okay, let's see. And that's where I'm at right before I fired up here, right before I get going. 112 beats, Jesus. Okay. Give it a second to let that 112 drop a little bit here. Okay. So, going a couple pounds heavier than last week. Again, slowly increasing. Due to the flare, every week you increase a little bit. So, start with that, and then I'll bounce back and forth. You know, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and then if I feel good enough, how do I feel? You keep evaluating yourself every rep, set, the exercise, and then the workout in general. Do 4 and 4. So, and stick my reps between 10 and 30. You know, I say 30 just because, you know, the first set is a heater, a warm-up set, so it's just to get the fluid to the area, the muscles warmed up, the tendons warmed up. You never, ever, 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 ever want to fucking start working out and not warm your shit up first. And I'm not talking about stretching. Stretching's for idiots. Stretching's dumb. You think, oh, well, look at my back. I should be stretching. Oh, you gotta stretch. No. Fuck stretching. Cold stretching is bad. You want to bring the juices to the area, warm the shit up with the exercise. You never ever, like when I get a massage, right? Like, she'll work the area big time to get all the juices going, get everything all warmed up, the tissue nice and pliable, and then she will stretch me out, right? You never ever 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 want a cold stretch, ever. That's stupid. Whoever thought of that should be slapped. All right. Always do a warm-up set. Here we go. I'm at 93 beats. Okay. So around 30 reps-ish with the first set, obviously. There we go. Let's see how all this fresh 1,000 milligrams of iron will do here. All right, there we go. Make sure all right, camera, step being dumb. All right. Oh crap, here we go. All right. 25 degrees outside. I'll warm it up a little bit. Having a heat wave, right? Heat wave time. Oh fuck, here we go. Oh, here we go. Slow and methodical, just to heat everything up. All right. Oh. Okay. Make sure your watts band isn't tight. It's snug, but you know, where you can still, you know, pull it up a little bit. Because it's not about blood flow. Well, it's about blood flow, but your blood will still flow even if you crank on it, right? But your lymphatic system, all those little fine ducts under your skin, you want them to still flow with relative ease, even though they will be pinched a little bit regardless, because it's so fragile underneath there. All right. Okay. Yow. Again, just heat it up. And then you can tell how warm all your tissues are after doing that. So All right, and let's see, same thing. I think it did like 25, 26. I never count the first rep on those. Most of my exercises I don't, because I'm still adjusting how I'm gonna do the actual exercise itself. So same with this. Do 25-ish of those. All right. Okay. 99 beats. See how my oxygen's not so bad, and I'm not, So it's let's just hope this iron hangs on longer than it did before. All right. Not a lot, just a little bit. Now that I got the oxygen to pull that extra thicker, or now that I got the iron to pull that extra thicker oxygen through my system, it's easier. Okay. Alright, I need something a little more cranking here. What the hell's going on here? Cranking. Where you at, cranking songs? Okay, here we go. Hopefully around like 20 to 30. Just heat it up. Oh crap. Ah! Alright, shoot for 25-ish. Oh, they suck with my shoulders. My shoulders don't like these, but they're not as bad as other tricep exercises. Alright, stop screwing with me, you bastard. Okay. Alright, just to warm it up. $133 beats. 133 beats. Alright. Add 10 and then drop, let's say add 10 and drop like 5 reps. Add another 10, drop another 5 reps. Something like that. So I'll try doing around like 20 to 25, well, let's just say 15 to 25 on this next set. So So, yeah, 10 to both sides. Easy. Okay. So that is 45. See how much easier it is for me to breathe before and during and after an exercise. It's hell, night and day. I don't feel like I'm my insides are being squeezed oxygen. Like I feel like I'm being wrung out like a towel, you know. It's a very really weird feeling, and not having oxygen in your body. But exercising and forcing the issue, but paying attention to where you're not going to end up in a hospital or, you know, really helps your body out. Putting your body through strenuous stuff helps your body recover from other strenuous stuff. So when I do end up having an issue, like, I feel like I could walk out of the hospital 10 minutes after I walk in the hospital. It's, well, maybe not that quick, but it's, I just feel like I snap back easier because I've done this whole health thing with exercise and then without exercise, and I'm telling you, the exercise is unbelievably is totally night and day. Like, my hospital stays, but before I started working out harder, or even in general, were a lot longer. I mean, I was in there 2, 3, 4 weeks. I mean, it's nuts. And trust me, you don't want to stay in a motherfucking hospital for any more than a couple of days. You don't want to be there at all, but a couple of days you want to fucking explode. All right, 97 beats. Let's do this. Okay, 45 pounders. Let me get a suck of this. I'm doing good. I'm at it's about 16-ish minutes, which is good. You know, basically every 20 minutes, I want to be able to accomplish either 2 to 4 exercises, depending on how strenuous each exercise is. And being that I talked for a couple minutes too, so that chopped a couple on there. So, all right. I might as well just show you for the hell of it here. There's after my first set of sets. So, about 17 minutes, 75 active calories. That's not bad. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, again, around 20-ish, give or take a couple. Here we go. Back to the biceps. All right. Don't count this first one. Just adjusting myself here. All right. 38 beats. Topper on that one, which is good. So, okay. Roughly 20 minutes in. 3 sets down, working on the 4th. Which after this, I'll either be half done or 3/4 of the way done. Not doing any drop sets, extra sets, pushing a little closer to failure. I'm not doing any of that shit. Next week will be a little bit harder than this week. Again, it takes me a solid like 3 weeks to a month to work back up to where I was after I was in the hospital from a flare. And it's not just like having my muscles and tendons good enough to exercise, it's having all my insides good enough to exercise. You know, being a lot lower on prednisone, if at all on prednisone, having my iron good, my red blood cells good, my white count lowered, you know, all this shit. So it's I gotta kind of have a, you know, more of a equilibrium going here than a off kilter, because you can, like I said, you still work out when you're screwed up. Just go really light, right? Start light, and then slowly increase. Again, it's not about muscle building, it's not about fat loss. You're working out for your health. If you work out for your health, your muscle building and fat loss are natural byproducts of exercise. You will lose weight and gain muscle if you exercise in any way, shape, or form. So, and everything I've ever seen from people and judging by myself in the past, if you work out for either one of those, you're never going to do either one of them correctly. Because you always want, everyone thinks everything's a quick sprint and you can lose a bunch of fat right away or gain a bunch of muscle right away. Which is the reason why there's a steroid issue and peptides and all these people squirting up with shit. And then, you know, Ozempic and all this bullshit fat loss crap, right? Because people want it right now. Motherfucker, it doesn't happen right now. It's a marathon. Consistency is the key with everything. Consistent diet, consistent exercise. I know I keep repeating myself every time I do one of these fucking videos, but fucking all I see is fat people outside. Every time I go out anywhere, there's 75 to 90% fat people where I'm going, wherever I go. And then like a handful of skinny people. And the skinny people aren't even that skinny. So what the hell is wrong with you people? All right, let's do this. I'm at 100 beats, 99-ish, set 4. I'm right around 22:58 minutes, so 23 minutes. So good timing. All right. Let me just walk my heart down a smidge. Got a nice rest over the weekend. That's what you need. Good weekend rest. Not a weekend of sucking poison down. Okay, here we go. Around 20-ish of these. So 91 beats. All right. Ah! Alright.
That coconut water's spoiled. That coconut water's spoiled.
Huh?
That coconut water is spoiled.
Oh, that is?
I think, man, I took a sip. I don't know if that one is, but man, I took a sip and it's just like horrible. I mean, horrible. And I took another one and tried it. Horrible. So I don't know if that is or not, or if this is.
Okay.
Just to warn you.
Alright.
Sorry.
I was drinking it just fine. Oh. Oh, fantastic. Alright, back to it after that interruption. That's just a little bitter, it doesn't taste that bad. Alright, now that interruption's out of the way. God damn it, I hate when people fucking interrupt me. Throws everything off. Jesus Christ. Can't have fucking 1 hour of goddamn peace in here. It just throws off my whole goddamn day now. Fuck. Now everything just got totally thrown out the window. It's the focusing on everything is the point. And having somebody interrupt you. That's why you see people in the gym, you know, they have their headphones on and their head down, not paying attention to anything. It's focus. You gotta focus on your shit, right? And having people goddamn talk to you and shit and throw everything off. Talking this stupid, you know, not this, the camera is what I mean. Doing this whole thing is not a distraction because I'm trying to get other people to do, you know, get healthier. So, God, that pisses me off. It just, well, you know, if you work out all the time, you know what I'm talking about. All right, halfway done to, well, probably halfway done because I still feel good enough to do 4 extra now. Great start to a week, eh? I'm trying to push to the back of my mind and out of my head. It's just really hard to. I always tell people, if you want to get a hold of me in here, text me. Or call me even, for that matter. You know, on my workout focus thingy, I leave specific contacts open in case, you know. Exercise ring closed. Yes, thank you. Okay. Right. All right, get off the screen. All right. You know, it's not. All last week I drank these damn things. All it tastes is just slightly bitter, right? Slightly a little more bitter. It's not like bleh, spoiled like he was saying, but now the coconut that I drank that supposedly threw my bowels out, that thing was fuck. That thing tasted funky. I don't know, maybe it's spoiled. I don't know. Because all I do is I take a bunch of coconuts, right? Open them up, throw all the juice into a big vat, right? Pasteurize the thing, and then put them into those things. So you're not gonna, every bottle is not gonna taste identical, you know. Some batches could be a little slightly different tasting. All right, now that everything's thrown to hell, let's do this here. Let me walk my heart down a smidge and then hit my set 5. All right, 97 beats. All right, let's do this here. Now I'm just having a shitty fucking day. That's great. All right, here we go. Set 5. That's 25, 35, 45, 55 pounds, and around 15 to 20 reps. All right, 15 to 20. All right, adjust it, don't count it. 145 beats. Oh, feels so good having oxygen. It's what it feels like is it feels like when you're taking a breath, when you have really low iron like that, it feels like your breath isn't like satisfying, right? Like every breath you take, if you're a healthy normal person with normal everything, you know, and you take a deep breath after you get done with something strenuous, it's satisfying because you get that like almost like good feeling when you suck in all that thick oxygen, you know what I mean? It like relieves every breath you take, it like relieves you, so to speak. It's hard to explain, but you know what I mean? But with the very low iron like that, that like relief feeling isn't there. And it's really weird feeling. It's no, it's so bad, and it's horrible feeling. All right, so one more. One more of those, and then all right, I gotta rotate the weights here. Add 2 to the one on there. So that's what, 55. So, and then the last one again, I'll have the 4 on there, so it'll be the 75, right? Yeah. So 107 beats. All right, let me show you what's going on here. I'm on set 6, or I'll be doing set 6 here in a second. So make good time. 37, 13 minutes, 174 active calories. So that's good. And then the set 6 should punch me over 200. And then if I do 7 and 8, which I feel as of right now I could do, so. All right, continually evaluating your body. How do you feel? Everything, you know, from your fucking toenail to a hair on your head, everything in between. So, oh, that really pisses me off. I can't stand when people interrupt me. I know I keep drilling it on and on and on, but it throws everything off. Your like workout groove is tweaked, you know. That's one reason why I can't really do exercise in gyms, you know, and like a YMCA or something, you know, because I used to, but you can't really focus on shit, you know what I mean? You constantly have people using machines in a way you want to use. You constantly have people trying to talk to you or bump into you and shit. It's unpleasant as hell. Not like that was any better, but oh, come on with this music. This is just driving me absolutely bonkers. It just keeps ending up on fucking jacked up music here. It's like, today has just been a half-assed fucking shit factory of a day so far. It started out really well, and then everything went sideways. Okay, let's do this here. 65 of that. Okay. Just a little bit, not a lot. You don't want to suck on those babies too much because it'll throw your oxygen and carbon dioxide and everything off in your body. So you want to, if you suck on that a little bit, you want to do enough of an exercise to bring the balance back in. You know what I mean. If you suck on one of those, you'll know when you throw your shit off. So, all right. So let's do 15 to 20 of these. I think I did like 17 or 18 of those. So I'll stick with like 15, give or take a couple here and there. Now, if I can only do 5, I'll do 5. I can do 20 and 20. If I can do 13, I'll do 13. So don't push yourself too hard, but you know, try to get that extra one if you can, right? But don't go to failure. Don't go to failure. Only go to failure every once in a while. And not while you're working your way back up. All right. All right, shoot for the 15er, but evaluate as you go. Oh, it's getting heavy now. Was that 143? 143 beats. Yeah, the reason why I do the weights, how my exercise the way I do them, you know, like the typical bodybuilder, you know, arms, legs, back, because I did a lot of other workouts, right? And with the way my body is, you want to target, you want to get every part of your body moving, because you got to move the fluid throughout your whole body, right? And aerobics is good, right? I did the legs and lymphatic with my trampoline. I still love doing that, right? And I'd love to add that in there at some point, but it's just, you got to realize where your physical stress line is, right? You know, there's 2 lines for all this stuff, right? There's something you can pop over a little bit every once in a while, and then there's a red line, and then there's like a black line where you shouldn't go over because it'll trash you. You know, it'll put you in the hospital, whatever your issues are, or whatever. But and you know, the mile walks I was doing, the weighted mile walks I was doing, walks around the block, you know, aerobic stuff is good, but it really, that's pretty much all you can do then, right? Like if I were to do just like trampoline, I would do it like 2 to 4 times a week, and I would take a break in between it every day. So do it, break, do it, break, right? And I'd have to evaluate how that affected my body in the long run, right? Because it could punch me to the black line and probably put me in the hospital then. So, but this, I'm able to target every part of my body, get the fluid moving really nice and good at that part of the body, and then because that's the key is you wanna move. It's all about moving fluid. You gotta move your lymphatic fluid throughout your body. You gotta continually pump it because your lymphatic fluid does not have a heart like your circulatory system does, and it relies on muscle activation to actually move that fluid through you. And your lymphatic system, like your digestive system, is your immune system. And I believe that is the reason why cancers are going out of control, right? Because nobody's moving. Nobody's getting that lymphatic system moving. And that's the main thing that pulls toxins out of you and puts them in the right spot so you can flush them out of you. So I'll put one there, I'll do the backside on one here. Okay, balance the weight out a little bit. And then, so we're on the last two sets, set 7 and 8. And as much as being interrupted fucking pissed me off, we're still in, the lighter phases before I get to where my, weights and stuff were before, right? So, it really doesn't taste bad, to be perfectly honest. I drank them all last week. I mean, yes, there's a, knock on wood deal, but I'm worried about too much shit already when it comes to everything, And if they would have, to be honest, fucked with me, they would have fucked with me a long time ago, so. And it doesn't taste bad. It just tastes like it's just, how the flavors mildly change from batch to batch. That's kind of what it tastes like to me. Like it's got no, spoiledy taste to me. Could be wrong, I don't know. These things, the metal on these damn teeth, or these metal teeth, supposedly, help kill bacteria, so I don't know how much and well that even works, if anything, but as in keeping my mouth cleaner or preventing this and yada yada that, I don't know. You'd have to do rounds of tests to figure shit out, and I ain't doing that bullshit. If it does anything, like I said, it probably doesn't do anything. Alright, there's where I am. Right before my last two sets. 48 minutes, 1 second, 224 active calories. Alright. So 2 more. Right, so that's what, 75, right, like I said earlier. So 75, and then I'll do 75. And I'll try to just get around 10 reps. Just to be, tell you the honest part of it, it'd probably be between 8 and 16 reps. That's somewhere in that middle range. So 10 is kind of my line I like to go, and 15 was my line on the last one. The 20 was my line on the other one, 25, you know what I mean? So Alright, 98 beats. I know I'm just zoning out here. I'm trying to get back in the zone, to be perfectly honest, because that interruption, if you work out all the time, you know what I'm talking about, right? You try to keep everything focused because you're trying to not just like focus on the workouts and stuff, but like if you're a naturally anxious person like I am and anxiety driven, you're trying to like also like, focus that nervous anxiety energy into your workouts, and you're trying to like, you got all this stuff bottled right into this fine line of what you're doing here, and any outside distractions, deviate your fucking, so your mind just kind of starts wandering in different directions then. And I know I shouldn't let it bother me, but that's just the way my brain works. So, all right, 56:40 on that clock. 50:27 on this one. Okay, here we go. Last one. Try for around 10 reps, and let's do this. All right. Last bicep. Nice and heated. 96 beats. And don't go to failure, because you don't want to hurt yourself. Oh boy. Nice deep stretch on the bottom. Adjust yourself. All right. Was that 14? All right. That wasn't bad. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to do 14 on those. These triceps just aren't as strong as the biceps naturally because you're always doing this and not doing this. So, right. Move the weights, all 4 of them over there. Yes, you don't have to remind me. Okay. Okay. Alright, oh boy. I could probably dump this pig anyways here, so I have a little extra room to move. Alright. Alright. Easy. Okay. Move the weights over. Okay. All right, 75 over there. All right, show you my stats just one more time before I hit that pig. So 55:08 minutes, 260 active calories, 116 beats. All right, let me walk the heart rate down, get it nice and, well, lower. And then do those, and then done. Let me see what I'm on the clock here real quick. 1 hour, 1 minute, that's perfect. So, which is good for 8 sets, because usually I'm doing like 12 or like 16. I'm really cranking it out. I'm giving myself a little bit longer time to rest in between these, which is fine, because it's again not about muscle building or fat loss. Who gives a shit about keeping your pump going, right? It's about moving fluid. It's not about ramming as much fluid into one muscle and area around the muscle as possible and squish it there for as long as possible. It's about cycling the fluid through your body, getting rid of the toxins. Oh, for God's sake, what is it? All right, today's just not a fucking good day all around. Holy crap. This music, everything being interrupted, the music just is going to the wonkiest shit. Oh man. So let's just hope tomorrow's a better day, even though ab day's turned into my like I don't want to do day, you know. Okay. Let me all right. 96 beats, perfect. This music. What is up? And it's like I can't even find, like, this is insane. All right, shut up and work out. Here we go. Around 10 reps. All right, here we go. All right, these better be good because everything's been shit up into it, so. Ah! Oh man, these are heavy. These are really heavy. God damn it. Done. God, I always look forward to starting all my workouts at the beginning of the week. Oh, as much as I'd like to do 9, 10, or a couple cappers, or a capper set. Oh. Chalk it up to just being, getting into it again. That's all I'm gonna do, even though all right, another day, another workout. All right, let me show you what's going on here, what I did. Okay, here we go. This fucking music's driving me nuts. Okay. All right, here is my biceps, triceps, Monday biceps, triceps, cable preacher curls, and rope pull downs. It's 8:09 in the morning, which is right on money, is what I usually do. So that is biceps, triceps on Monday. That's about almost 63 minutes. 278 active calories, so basically about 300 active calories, which is good for 8 sets. So that is Monday biceps and triceps. And 8:09 in the morning, it's biceps, triceps on Monday. That's excuse me, that's basically what I normally am. It's right around 300-ish active calories. Couple minutes around 8 o'clock there, and 60 to 70 minutes. So that's my usual, as you could say. I just wish the sun would come out. Please come out. Clouds, I can't stand clouds. Talking about a mental fuck, all right? I mean, you rely on the sun for, you know, positive mental attitude and all this shit, you know, because it gets the endorphins rolling in your brain, you know, the good shit. You know, even if you don't know it does, it does. The sun really does a good job at tweaking your brain, making you feel good. And of course, not being interrupted while you exercise. Drop it. Alright, just ignore it. Put it out the window. Another day. So today was biceps, triceps. Monday, tomorrow is Tuesday abdominals. And I should, pending everything, you know, again, how do you feel before, during, and after? How I feel, I should be doing the 10-pound weights on my ankles again, 10-pound ankle weights. So all my oozer, leaker, lymphatic squirters, all my blemish thingies on my leg, you know, are basically almost healed up. So I don't have to worry about medically wrapping my leg before I wrap my leg and then put the weights on. So everything's good there again, you know, knock on wood, because it's so easy to tear that skin wide open. It's just, you know, I mean, I could look at it hard, look at it intensely, and the thing would just rip wide open. So hope that stays good. And then Wednesday is shoulder day. Thursday is leg day, and Friday is back day, then another weekend off. Other than that, I hope everybody has a fantastic, healthy, and safe Monday. Get in the gym and work out and eat clean. Clean your diet up, because the cleaner you eat, the less you stink. If you stink in any way, shape, or form, you are eating bad food. It all translates. You put the fuel in your mouth. If it's clean fuel, your body runs cleaner. Your farts don't stink as much. Your body odor doesn't stink as much, if at all. I mean, literally, when I like really clean everything hard, my farts have no smell to it. You know what I mean? So it's the funkier shit you eat, the funkier your shit's gonna stink. Try it out. It works. I'm telling you. I've done this many times, over and over and over again with my diet, because I gotta, you gotta continually adjust everything because of how my ulcerative colitis and everything is, and my pain from my back and everything else. So, anyways, again, have a safe and healthy Monday. I hope everybody has a fantastic and wonderful Monday. Peace and love, everyone.